Duplicate article. Processing. Spin suggestions. Unique article. Manage the spinned words as you want. A few months after Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have been married in 2022, Lopez got a name from Jane Fonda. The two had been friends given the 2005's Monster-in-Law, and it changed into Fonda, who had brought J.Lo whilst she acquired her megastar on the Hollywood stroll of reputation. Fonda turned into attaining out due to the fact Lopez had asked her to appear in a but undefined film with song that would have a look at Lopez's romantic disasters in some sort of meta way. Lopez wanted Fonda to play a member of her Zodiac Love Council. Fonda had her doubts, so earlier than determining, she talked to Benny Medina, Lopez's longtime manager, expressing skepticism about any project that regarded to excessively have a good time the Affleck-Lopez reunification. Medina relayed to Lopez Fonda's thoughts. I agree with that. Everyone inside the whole world is pulling for this dating and this love. And the concept of ways you gift this is so sacrosanct, so vital. It have to be treated in a manner that you aren't overly flaunting it, so much so that it creates any form of complaint or resentment. Lopez and Fonda then talked directly, in a verbal exchange that is blanketed in Lopez's new documentary, The Greatest Love Tale in No Way Instructed, one issue of a self-financed $20 million three-element multimedia project inspecting Lopez's existence as a serial romantic. I need you to realize that I don't completely know why, but I experience invested in you and Ben, and I really need this to work, Fonda says in the documentary, talking for an awful lot of the universe. But, this is my situation. Like, it feels an excessive amount of such as you're looking to show something in preference to just living it. Every other image is the two of you kissing and the two of you hugging. On screen, Lopez laughs. That's simply us dwelling our life, she says. Fonda sooner or later agreed to be in the musical movie. Within the doc, Fonda expresses any other conventional fear. It turned into shortly after snapshots emerged of Affleck looking bored or cranky with Lopez on the Grammys in March 2023. I were given actual scared, you know, with all that shit approximately the Grammys and he seems unhappy and I'm like, oh, my god, what's taking place? Lopez reassures her. Not anything. He turned into like, I've turned out to be the symbol of the beleaguered guy. Not a ton folks like to stay on our worst moments, but Lopez is unique. 20 years ago, Jennifer was a lovely bunny that turned out to be a delectable snack for the tabloids. Lopez and Affleck met, they fell in love, they made Martin Brest's classic, Geely, and were hounded by means of the press, splitting up 3 days before their 2003 wedding ceremony. Our dating crumbled underneath the weight of the pressure, Lopez tells me. We misplaced the experience of ourselves, and we had to separate due to the fact we didn't know how to live to tell the tale it. I had to figure myself out, and he needed to figure himself out. That become many years in the past. The media world has modified. J.Lo has earned more than $1 billion in box office receipts, and that's just for her rom-coms. She now has a newsletter, 17.5 million TikTok watchers and 250 million Instagram fans. She is now the cobra, and the tabloids are the bunnies. The primary time Lopez changed into in love with Affleck, the crush of cameras took him far from her, making her into more than one baffling relationships. This time, Lopez is popping the tables and seems motive on sharing every shred of their love at the same time as Affleck grudgingly follows alongside. Within the documentary, Affleck says, things which are private I usually felt are sacred and unique because, in element, they're non-public. He then can provide an understatement, so this becomes something of an adjustment for me. Lopez showed Affleck the final reduce remaining 12 months. He said, you made a movie. For you. You made a super movie. You did it. Lopez's eyes mist up. Without a doubt, I don't care what takes place now. This is the most important sort of praise that I may want to get. Watching the documentary, it's clear the complete creative method for Lopez turned into a stress bomb. Certainly one of her relationships in the musical film ends in violence as a man brings a glass residence down on her. It became filmed using green display. Is he supposed to symbolize a specific associate? Lopez gained it say, handiest allowing that it become proper to her journey. The concept of the glass residence changed into about how we get into those poisonous relationships, she says. You have trauma out of your past. You've got those styles you haven't discovered and you get into those relationships where you compromise yourself in approaches that you by no means idea you would, or you allow humans to treat you in methods which you never idea you'll. She pauses for a second. And that simply has befell to me. These days is the short-term calm before the storm of public opinion. I point out to Lopez that human beings are probably to be break up on the "this is me, now" challenge. Some will find it irresistible, a few will hate it, a few will see it as honest, and others will see it as a narcissistic cringefest. I assume while you positioned out any undertaking, you get to a degree to your life wherein you're not doing it for every unmarried person within the international to have the maximum stunning opinion of it, she says, but I do suppose that is a stunning venture. The message is strong and the message is authentic. I assume it's a true piece of art, and that I'm very proud of it. We close with my expressing a few skepticism that this is going to be the final bankruptcy of the J. Lo Love Chronicles. Romance has been her jam for See You Later. She tells me it's specific this time. It's humorous, she says. It's like, good enough, so now I'm in a more healthy, more loving, right relationship. I've gotten to this place in which I feel more entire, to be extra found in a relationship, however what's that like? I am getting to live that, and that's even more challenging than the ultimate 20 years. Earlier than saying goodbye, Lopez wants to clarify that one element has no longer modified. Don't make a mistake, she says. I'm nonetheless going to